Hello friends, in this one we are going to be looking at how we can boost the quality of our image in Adobe Photoshop maybe 5 times or 10 times better. This is Twisted Creative. Alarbi is my name. If it's your first time on this channel, please do me a favor. Do me a favor by hitting that subscribe button. Not just hitting that subscribe button, also ring that notification bell so that you don't miss any of the next video. You subscribing is going to help keep this channel running for free forever. Please do well to subscribe and also click on that notification bell so that you'll be notified anytime a new video is released. Without wasting much time, let's get into it. This is the image we are going to be using. If you take a look, this is image that was snapped way back. It was D80. Those of us that use this camera, we know what we call D80. Nobody would like to use that kind of camera right now, but if you're having a better camera, it's still good you pull the quality up so as to stand out. So let's see what we'll be able to get from this D80 shot. We're going to be starting by going to the adjustment layer here. We're going to click on this adjustment layer icon here. Then we're going to choose gradient map. So you can see what the gradient map is giving us. Then we're going to double click here, edit the gradient. Like if you check here, you'll notice we have opacity, we have color, but all these things are graded out because nothing has been done here yet. If you click on this slider, it's activated here. Notice that we have color here. Then we can edit this slider. We can edit the left slider to become any color we want it to be. Now I want to use this one as the shadow. We're going to be using this first one as the shadow, this first slider. Then we'll have to click on this box. Then we're going to go down to the black area, then hit OK. Then the next one we're going to be doing, go to the right slider, we'll go to the right button slider here, then we'll click on it. You notice it's still on black. Then we'll have to click on it to edit it to complete white. Just drag it to the edge like this. You have it on complete white, then you click OK. Now we're having the highlights and the shadow. So the next thing we need now is the mid-tone, and it's going to be on the middle here. Then we'll have to click outside by the middle here, click outside. By then, if you check the location here, let it be at 50% for the start. When you click on this middle slider now, you notice that we have white here. So we'll have to click on this to edit it. We'll have to click on this midpoints between the white and the black, between the edges. We'll have to click on the midpoints. But if you take a look here, we are seeing something like we're having brightness, this B at 51. So we have to take this to, we have to dial in 5 and 0, which is 50 there, so as to be at the right middle. Then if you check the saturation here, you notice that we are on 3. Then if we be able to shift it with the hand, we can shift that by dragging, but let's just go to this saturation and change it to 0. Then having the hue at 0, the saturation at 0, then the brightness at 50. That is the brightness is at 50% gray. Then we have to hit OK because we have to change the blend mode of this. Let's click OK. We are set with these 3 sliders, which is the shadow, mid-tone and highlights. Before we start adjusting these shadows, mid-tone and highlights, we have to first of all go to blend mode and change the blend mode first. But we cannot change the blend mode without closing this panel. So let's close this first. Let's hit OK. Then we'll go to blend mode and choose luminosity. You can see the color is back, everything is back like the same. Then we have to double click on this gradient here. Double click on this gradient to bring out the original gradient that I'll be working with before. Okay, now we have to adjust the shadows, mid-tone and highlights. Let's bring the image down so as to see it very well. Let's position it very well. In short, we don't need the cloth area that much, but let's just concentrate on the arm and the face. So it's going to be okay like this. The display is going to be okay like this. Then we have to pull the shadow forward to get the shadows into the image. Okay, so let's assume that, okay, let's take it a little bit further. But as you're adjusting the shadow, you can see that the white there, as in the bright area of the hair, is being eaten up by the shadows. So you will just have to put those parts into consideration as you are adjusting the shadows. So we have to bring the shadow back a little to expose the hair a kind of Then I think we should be fine with the shadows like this. Then we have to head up to the mid-tone, which is this middle stuff here, this middle slider. We have to push it forward to get a darker skin tone. Depending on your image, if your image is a kind of brighter or dark, there's a way you can pull it up and there's a way you can pull it down. It's just for you to understand how your image is going and how you want it. So we have to pull, according to this image, you have to pull this mid-tone slider forward to darken the skin a little bit to give it that rich look and quality. Okay, now I think we are good with this. Let's go to the highlight now and play with the highlight slider. Then this highlight slider, we are going to push it forward again because there's no room for that. We are going to be coming backwards to increase the light of this stuff. Then we will pull it from this port now, move it backwards to see how effective it's going to be. If we pull it up too much, you notice that the highlight is becoming too much. So let's bring it down a bit to make it a little bit softer, and at the same time, let's that detail pop, that shine, that detail, let it pop. Okay, I think it's not supposed to be too harsh. It's not supposed to be too harsh. Let's see what to be able to do from here. I think it should be fine here. Then let's see the image entirely. As you can see, I think it's fine. The shadows, let's bring the shadow back a bit. Let's bring the shadow back a bit to add a little brightness. I think it's fine this way. Then let's just believe we are fine with this. It's okay. Don't have to hit okay here. Don't forget, this is the gradient. We can still come back here to edit. Let's see the before and after. Let's disable this to see the before. This is the before and this is the after. This is before, this is after. Let's zoom in to see this is the before and this is the after. This is the before, this is the after. I don't know what to say about this. It's just like a kind of dodging and burning. I don't know what you think about this. Okay, let's go. And don't know what it's telling us something. Okay, it's telling us something. Maybe dodging and burning. Okay, let's see the before and after again. This is the before and this is after. This is before, this is after. This is dodging and burning in disguise. Let's hold down our control, hold down our shift, then hold down our alt. We have to click on our E to create a stand visible layer. Then we are going to right click and convert to smart object. The reason why we convert to smart object, if we go to camera raw, we can still come back and make adjustments. Then we have to go to filter, then camera raw filter. So this is camera raw filter. Let's zoom in, let's focus on the face area. Let's go straight to details. This is details here. Let's go straight to details. Then as you can see, all this radius detail, masking and noise reduction, everything has been graded off, is graded off here. It's because we've not touched anything, but immediately we'll touch the sharpness here. That means it's going to be activated. The rest is going to be activated because the rest adjustment is going along with this sharpness, as in the sharpening. So we have to pull the sharpening up. Let's zoom in and see so that we will not get the image destroyed in the process. So this is sharpening. We have to be looking at let's look at the eyelash because we need these details. We need that sharpness. I think something like the 50 is too much. All right, let's see how 40 is going to look on the image. I think there is something like the bond is coming up from the highlights. I think we don't need it that much. Let's try 35. 35 is fine. I think 35 is fine. Then the radius, the radius is okay at, let the radius be at 1 or thereabouts. Let's say 1 is okay for then the detail, let's push it forward and see what detail is going to cost. Then I'm going to bring it back and see what detail is going to cost also. let's not put too much details. I think it should be fine by maybe 20. Let's say 20 should be fine. Let's say 20 is okay. Then the masking is going to be something that is going to be separating the edges, the sharpness of the edges. If you drag its masking to the end, you notice that it's going to be, the edges are going to be sharpened, then while the skin are going to be left like that. So let's make the masking come down so as to share the sharpness between the edges and the skin. So I think like 30 should be fine, or 35. Let's say 35 is okay. Let's zoom out and see how it's looking on our image. So let's take the noise reduction forward. Let's take the noise reduction forward to, we don't want it too much on this image. Like if you take it forward, you notice the image is becoming plastic. Then let's bring it back and we'll have our details back, but not too much. Let's take it forward a bit, and I think it should be fine here. Then the details should be increased also to see the details more. And I think we should be fine with this. Then if you want the contrast, you can put contrast. You can add contrast. Let's say, let's bring it back a little bit. I think that should be okay here. Let's go back to texture. Let's go to texture and bring texture down. No, it's getting too much. Let's take the texture up a bit, and let's take it back and see if it's going to be visible from afar. I think it's fine. It's fine. Let's place the texture somewhere. If it goes across, it's going to be too detailed, and let's be somewhere mild. Something like -7 should be fine. And I think we should be okay with this. Let's hit okay. Without being told, if you take a look at this image, it's just like magic. It's just like magic. If you take a look at the teeth, you notice that kind of fading away, a kind of. Let's make use of my free action, which is details from highlights. Let's click on it, and then we'll go back to the teeth, and let's not do it. Let's not overdo it. Let's reduce the opacity. Let's reduce the opacity of the brush and the flow. Let's say 50% or thereabout. Then reduce the flow. Then we can go to the teeth and brush on the teeth to bring back details on the teeth. Even the eyes seems to be too white. Let's reduce it reduce it a bit. I think it's fine. Let's take a look at the before and after and see the difference so far. Let's hold down our Alt and click on this last image here. So this is the before and this is the after. This is the before, this is the after. Let's zoom in closely. So let's see the before and after here. Hold down the Alt again and click on this eye icon. Then this is the before and this is the after. This is the before and this is the after. Isn't that amazing? That's it for this video. If you find it interesting, helpful and useful, let us know in the comment section telling us the area it has helped and the area we need to improve on. Like I said earlier, if you are new on this channel, please do me a favor. Do me a favor by hitting that subscribe button. Not just hitting that subscribe button, also ring that notification bell so that you don't miss any of the next video. Please subscribe. It's going to help in the algorithm to boost this channel and to keep this channel running for free forever. Thanks for watching this video. Creative people will keep on creating. Keep creating. See you in the next one. Bye for now.